Well, I'm going to start by asking, across 12 years to make this movie, was there anything that threatened the production at all? Was there ever a time where it looked like it?
No, I don't have any dramatic stories about it. It just sort of worked as planned. Life unfolded in a good way. It, you know, no big traumas or threats, you know.
So were you willing to be quite flexible with the narrative along the way? But I mean,
yes.
If something happened to an actor in real life, you know, be it a broken arm or something like that, were you willing to go with that and implement it into the character?
Yeah, I mean, you kind of shake hands with the unknowable future on something like this. You say, well, you're committing to 12 years, so you just can't know what's going to happen, but you got to look at that as a positive thing. You want to incorporate things that are coming at you. So that was the idea. But yeah, who knows what level of thing could have happened that you would have just had to deal with.
So how about the character's path? I mean, when you set out to make this movie, I'm sure you probably had an idea of how it would go, but were you always changing that along the way based on how the characters developed and how they sort of changed across the years?
Yeah. I always told Eller, the film's going to kind of go where you go. I didn't tell him that, I knew it. But, you know, and he became more of a collaborator, you know, as it went. You know, he's kind of a artistic comrade, you know, in that way.
So how similar is this to what you initially envisaged?
It's actually pretty close. I mean, like I knew the last shot, the second year, probably. I knew where we were going. The structure was all there, and all those bits that you couldn't have predicted, at least there was a space for them to be incorporated, you know. So it's the essence of what I was trying to do.
So, because for me, what makes this film so special is that you haven't just been dramatic for dramatic's sake. You know, I think that I was sort of sitting there thinking, I wonder if he's gonna, you know, if that person's gonna fall off a cliff, or he's gonna do.
Yeah.
But it's just representative of just real life, isn't it? And was that always the intention?
Yeah. Real life has its own drama and its own little traumas, but you know, it's perceptional. What's dramatic for a little kid, an adult might not even notice, but you know, you just don't know. So yeah, I wanted to reflect that, not the big stuff, you know.
Because I mean, it works as a real sort of depiction of the era, and I mean, just the way we see the fact they start off with Game Boys and end up with iPhones, and lots of quite subtle things that just define the kind of time. And I was wondering, was that all done in the edit? Were you kind of deliberately trying to show it so that time progressed, or were you just sort of shooting as you went along, and this is how it turned out?
Well, I knew there would be. I mean, film's a powerful document of a certain time. You just film the reality. So, but it was a choice. It's like, is this going to be interesting 10 years from now? Is this game or this piece of technology? I didn't want to make a big deal of that. I just knew the film would depict a changing reality. But actually, fashions and so much didn't change. I'm actually here at the end more amazed that there was less change in the culture. Most of the changes are technological based, not less fashion based.
Of changing presidency, of course, as well.
Yeah. That was fun.
And I mean, as well as the Before trilogy, and even sort of Bernie, which is sort of blurs the line between documentary and sort of real life, and fiction. I mean, you seem to be really sort of, I don't know, you seem to be really pushing the boundaries of cinema, I suppose. You seem to be making movies that other people aren't making and trying to, you're sort of being quite creative within the art form. And I was wondering, is this quite a sort of a conscious decision to do this, or are you just going with the flow and sort of what intrigues you?
I don't know. I've been lucky to get films made that were on the margins of traditional storytelling. You know, I think I spend all my time thinking about how to tell stories. There are all these great stories, but like how to tell them, how to articulate an idea or a feeling. So, yeah, I'm always kind of drawn to, or just pushing that form, I guess. It's all about storytelling.
Is it quite weird now to not be filming Boyhood every summer?
Yeah, I can honestly say I'm still processing it. We filmed last in October, so I think it'll take more than a year to realize, oh, we're not filming this year. You know, so even though the film's finished and people are starting to see it, I'm still kind of not maybe done with it in my mind.
So just finally, what's next for you? Have you got anything in the pipeline?
Don't know for sure. Yeah, I'm hoping to be in production by the fall, but I'm not sure what. I got a few things.
So any chance we might ever revisit Mason again?
I don't know. Yeah, adulthood. This was so much the plan about these years, so I don't know. We haven't even talked about it. Like I said, I haven't acknowledged this is over yet, so it feels that way.
Well, thank you so much for your time today.
Yeah, okay, really good talking to you.
Thank you.
So, okay, yeah.
Cheers.